better hold up my end of the bargain, right? I mean, if she's out here being the superstar she is and never taking no for an answer and always working her tail off, you know, I better match that energy for sure.
And that one person was my boyfriend, Travis.
All right, Swifties, buckle up because this is going to be an absolute ride. We're all completely captivated by Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's whirlwind romance. It's like something straight out of a fairy tale, or maybe a really good Taylor Swift song. Let's be real, they're basically the same thing. They're adorable, supportive, and have given us all the relationship goals we never even knew we needed. Seriously, have you ever seen two people look at each other with that much adoration? It's enough to melt even the coldest, most cynical heart. So, grab your squad, your favorite cozy blanket, and maybe a tub of ice cream because, let's face it, you're going to need it. We're about to dive headfirst into 10 moments that prove just how obsessed Taylor and Travis are with each other. We're talking stolen glances, sweet gestures, full-on PDA, and everything in between. Get ready for some serious cuteness overload because these two are not holding back. From stadium serenades to backstage cuddles, we're breaking down all the moments that have us convinced these two are the real deal. Prepare to swoon, Swifties, because it's about to get seriously romantic. But before we get into it, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to never miss out on new content. It's free, and it helps us tremendously to bring you more content you'll love. Now, let's kick things off with one of the most jaw-dropping moments that had everyone in shock. Taylor Swift was playing a sold-out show at Wembley Stadium, and the energy in the crowd was absolutely electric. Fans were singing along to every word, and then something completely unexpected happened. In the middle of a set, during a brief pause between songs, the lights dimmed just slightly, and out of nowhere, Travis Kelce walked on stage. It was their very first public appearance together, and the crowd went absolutely wild. The roar from the audience was deafening. People were screaming, jumping up and down, and taking photos and videos like it was the most iconic thing they had ever witnessed.
And it was.
Travis didn't just show up for a cameo, though. He was there as part of the show. Taylor was about to launch into I Can Do It with a Broken Heart, one of the standout songs from her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department. Travis was actually a part of the transition, and while I'm not entirely sure what he did, some people think he did a little shoulder shimmy or maybe said something like, "Hey, Swifties." The fans went even more wild. It was a completely unscripted moment that no one saw coming, making it feel extra special, like we were witnessing a little piece of pop culture history. After the song, Travis gave Taylor a quick hug and waved to the crowd before disappearing backstage. The rest of the concert was incredible, of course, but that surprise appearance? That was definitely the highlight of the night. Imagine being there, seeing Taylor and Travis on stage together for the first time. It must have been an unforgettable experience. Those who were lucky enough to be there are probably still bragging about it. Moving on to another iconic moment, let's talk about when Taylor met some very important fans, the royal family. Prince William, Prince George, and Princess Charlotte were in the house to celebrate William's birthday, and after the show, they got to hang out with Taylor. But the real kicker came when Taylor snapped a selfie with the royals and Travis and then posted it on Instagram. That's right, folks. This was the moment they went Instagram official. Up until then, everyone knew they were dating. It was all over the news and social media. But this was the ultimate confirmation. A picture with actual royalty? Only Taylor could pull that off. The internet absolutely exploded, and the photo went viral in seconds. People from entertainment news outlets to royal watchers were all talking about it. It was the perfect blend of pop culture and royalty, cementing Taylor and Travis's relationship in the public eye. It was iconic, pure genius, and totally unforgettable. But let's keep going because there are even more cute moments that have us all swooning. During the Chiefs bye in 2023, Travis decided to spend his time off with Taylor, flying all the way to Buenos Aires, Argentina, where she was on tour. Now, knowing her boyfriend was in the audience, Taylor did something incredibly sweet. She actually changed the lyrics to her song Karma. Normally, she sings Karma is the guy on the screen, but at this concert, she sang Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. Can you imagine a personalized Taylor Swift lyric just for you? Travis was standing next to Taylor's dad, who, by the way, was sporting a Chiefs lanyard. How cool is that? And his reaction? Priceless. You could see his huge grin on his face as he basked in the attention. He was clearly loving the shout-out. And it wasn't a one-time thing either. Taylor kept making that little lyric change at several of her shows, especially the ones where Travis was in the crowd. It became a sweet inside joke between them, and another way they publicly declared their affection for one another. And there's more. Let's talk about when Taylor copied Travis's signature pose. For years, Travis has been known for his archer pose. It's something he does during games, and it's a huge part of his personal brand. Well, guess what? Taylor, being Taylor, and always the thoughtful and observant partner, decided to incorporate that very same pose into her own performances during her shows. While performing one of her hits from the Tortured Poets department, Taylor struck the archer pose herself. It was clearly a fun little tribute to Travis, and the fans absolutely went wild. It was a small gesture, but it spoke volumes about their connection. It showed just how much Taylor pays attention to him and how willing she is to incorporate his world into hers. It's these little things that make their relationship so endearing and so fun to watch. Speaking of small but significant moments, let's take a look at something that happened in Dublin, Ireland. During one of Taylor's shows on the Irish tour, Taylor was performing her third and final show in the city, and Travis showed up a little late. The place was packed, music was blasting, and the lights were flashing. But amidst all the chaos of the stadium, Taylor spotted Travis as soon as he entered the VIP tent. Now, this is where it gets really adorable. While Taylor was performing, an eagle-eyed fan managed to catch the perfect photo of her reaction when she saw Travis. She had this massive grin on her face, the kind that reaches her eyes and makes you feel all warm inside. It was clear as day how happy she was to see him, even amidst the noise of thousands of screaming fans. It was such a sweet, private moment shared in a very public setting. Those little glimpses into their genuine affection for one another are what make their relationship so captivating. Later that same night in Dublin, after Taylor's epic 3.5-hour performance, there was another heartwarming moment backstage. As they were leaving the stadium, with fans still cheering and screaming her name, Travis did something totally adorable. He ran ahead of Taylor, gesturing to the crowd like a proud boyfriend. He was pumping his fist, pointing at Taylor and basically saying, "That's my girl," without actually saying a word. He was encouraging the fans to cheer louder for her, even though she had just given them an unforgettable show. It was such a genuine, spontaneous moment. Travis wasn't putting on a show for the cameras. This wasn't about seeking attention. It was just his pure, instinctive reaction and showing just how supportive and loving they are as a couple. And speaking of cute moments, there's one that really stands out in Gelsenkirchen, Germany. During one of Taylor's concerts there, she was performing the song So High School, which she wrote about her relationship with Travis. Part of the performance involves Taylor sitting on bleachers with her backup dancers, watching a game and reacting as if they're in the stands. At one point, she points and waves to someone in the crowd. Guess who she was waving at? None other than Travis, who was sitting in a suite waving right back at her. It was a small, almost hidden exchange, but it was so sweet. It felt like a private little moment shared between them, even in the middle of a stadium full of fans.